Old piece of hickory here. I got this old axe head. They changed this little beauty here. I'm just rough outlining it. The dimensions here that I want to go for. I know that the axe head is going to come down here. So that's our starting point. Now this guy is way too small. I mean, I could make a hatchet out of it. It'd be a very small hatchet though. So I think I'm gonna try and follow the same kind of contour, but extend it down. This is hickory. It's strong as shit. Sorry. It's a family-friendly channel. And that's a cheap-ass pencil. I might trim that down a bit, but that's what I got. Cut that on the bandsaw. First, actually, I'm gonna chop saw this, so I don't have to go through all this stuff. There we go. Our axe handle. All right, now where are we? Ah, yes, bandsaw. Let's walk over there, shall we? And see if we can set up with a decent view-ish. This week on the... Was this not recording? I don't know where that dropped off. Let me actually stop the music in case... Where the hell's my phone? Oh, it's right here. Duh. I'm recording with it. Alright, I'm not sure how much we lost with this for the last time I recorded. So, anyways, I am drawing. I have this old axe head here. This vintage axe head, this gorgeous piece of metal. And I have this piece of hickory here, which I traced the axe head onto. And then I also traced the handle, how I want that to go. And the phone's falling over. Still with me? Hi, how's it going? All right, that was not balanced on there well. I get that. Let's try for that. Okay, so anyways, I'm gonna try and cut that shape out now on the bandsaw. And it's gonna be loud because I'm gonna turn on the dust collection. Because there's gonna be a lot of dust. There we go. Rough shape for our axe. Yeah? Needs a lot of work. I gotta sand it down quite a bit. Gotta get it to shape. Find the center line and stuff like that, but you know, we're getting somewhere here. Yay! Alright, now I want to find the center line on this. This is not. I need to sharpen this pencil. Way too dull. Pro shop tip. Buy a pencil sharpener. Like one of the ones you use in school that were on the wall. Buy one. They're a couple bucks and they keep your pencil sharp. Or when you need thick lines like this, and the little mechanical pencils are going to be too light. So there now, I mostly have a center line that I can connect here. It's just got to be rough dimension. It's got to feel good in the hand, and that's all that needs to happen here. Another thing is you keep your finger equidistant from the side. Use that as a guide. You can also find your center, or at least where you think your center should be. And then continue that on throughout the entire piece. It's not gonna be exact. My finger moves, the wood's different, but you know what? You get lines, and that's what we need to. That's what we need to get down to. And then this thing's a whole nother thing here. So what I need to do is on this side, I have it marked out where it actually comes down. So I'm not gonna touch anything above here, above this line right here, until I am ready to fit it into the axe head. Also, if you didn't know, I can find it. I know it's taco, but taco fasteners, because tacos, makes wedges. So once you have this thing in here, you split it down here, and actually I'm gonna run this through the bandsaw. You split it down here, then you can run some wedges through it, and then that'll hold it in place into the handle. That's how they do that. That's why you see the little metal pieces. That's a hatchet. That is not a good example. Where is a good example? Is that a good example? Here, ball peen hammer. Here we go. I got a ball peen here from Harbor Freight. See those two things in there? Those are wedges. Those make sure that the handle stays wider at the top and it does down here, and that's where you taper it so it'll stay in place. In theory, if you do it right. So, now, I think I'm gonna start shaping this thing. I don't know what my shape is yet, but I'm gonna shape it. I actually think that I'm going to use the bandsaw to do some rough shaping to get kind of an angle on there. It'd be much easier than sanding it down. I'm no Jimmy DeResta, but you know what? I think I can make this work. So now, my sander here is going to be my best friend for the next 43 hours of my life while I sand it. So I'm going to pause this, throw the dust collection up, toss my phone down, stuff like that, and then we'll do some sanding. Now, because now it's on my bandsaw. So, all right, we'll see how that works. Thought that would actually take a lot longer than it did. That's pretty freaking respectable. Now we're off to hand sand. Hand sanding. Whew, obviously been sanding. 40 grit. Hogged some stuff out here. And also, you know, grab a beverage, because, you know, you can't woodwork and not have a beverage. Actually, it's probably smarter not to. Yeah, I just made that one up. That's free. You get that one for free. So now I think I'm gonna try and start shaping the head so it fits in there and does that whole thing. Because right now it's a wee bit big. I gotta figure that out. How am I gonna figure that out? Well, I want to go with the widest part. You just take a little bit off on either side there on the bandsaw, and then start working towards it. But thanks. I bought this off eBay for $10. I'm gonna have a pretty rockin' freaking little axe here that I made in not much time. Like, seriously, I've only been working on this for a few minutes. I mean, wow, dude. This is so cool. Alright, I'm gonna turn you off. Yeah, I'm gonna try and shape this thing now on the sander again. I might be able to get that on there. I'm gonna try. Yeah! A little more on the front there. Dude, I think we almost have an axe. I think we do. Like, that's a pretty respectable fit right there. Right? Just a little space. And when I jam this thing in there, oh, yeah. All right, I'm gonna do that. Give me a minute. Mentioned about the wedge thing, right? So I have to take this thing directly down the center here of the bandsaw. Make room. I mean, not center at all, but it'll work for my first axe head ever. I've never made one of these before. I don't know what I'm doing. I've only seen videos of people do this stuff. I think you need a little bit more of a diet. Now the question becomes, can I get it back off? We're gonna find out on the next episode of what the hell is Jeff doing today? Yes, I'm using a hatchet to take off a hatchet. and I had that buried in my chest. It's probably not good. All right, I'm gonna take a little more off of this thing, and I'll be right back. All right, I think we got it here. I mean, it's not an exact fit, but you know what? Good enough for government work, as my buddy says. That kind of looks good. I mean, the top it's not beautiful, right? I got that. This is my first time making an axe. So, axe also has a giant split in it too. So like it's gonna give a little bit. But you know what? I think once I get a wedge in there, we cook them with gas. Ooh. Sorry, boys. I'm gonna do that. Alright, it's not pretty, but it's kind of pretty. Right? Yeah, I could have done some work up there. I didn't. First time. I made an axe. An Haxchet. It's dull as hell. You couldn't cut a watermelon with this thing. But I'm gonna fill the top with epoxy, I think. I think that's where I'm going with this. So, let me do that. I don't think I recorded any of that. And sorry about the close-up. Anyways, I got some epoxy, some 500 epoxy out, and just dripped it all up in there. And it's dripping down the handle now. It's ugly. In fact, I should probably tape that up. I'm gonna do that before I lose too much of it down the handle. But there's gonna be a final sanding and everything, and I'm gonna clean the blade. So I'm not too worried about the epoxy spillover. I just wanna make sure it's clean. All right, last left, you guys. Hi there. I was putting epoxy on this thing to seal it all up. You can see that epoxy has dried, hopefully. I can't see the camera from here. Where are we looking? There we go. The epoxy is dried. So now, since this thing is dull as whatnot, I'm gonna go get my angle grinder and we are going to clean it up. That's going along, right? Ow! It's heavy and it hurts. And this thing does not want to stay still. Yeah. That's still. So, there we go. That's looking almost shiny and new. I'm actually going to clamp it to the table so I can actually see where I'm hitting here. I'll move that there. Let me get a clamp. That's pretty respectable. I think I just have to clean the bottom edge. As you can see, this thing is wonky wonk. That's not the wood. I mean, yeah, the wood job wasn't perfect. All right, I get it. All right, but like that thing has the wonky wonks. It dresses severely to the right. Freaking pretty though, huh? Not bad. Now, I'm just going to clean the bottom here, and then I might try sharpening. Ooh, actually, I need to get the back a little bit more. Do that. Move over here. I think it's such an underpowered piece of crap. I need to buy a real grinding wheel. Ugh. Actually, please don't sue me, Harbor Freight. I really don't have the money for it. But anyways, it's got an edge, and it's all cleaned up, and it's got a pretty handle. I just have to sand this thing down by hand to get rid of these burn marks, especially from the wire brush there, and then finish it off. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna stop recording because it's boring, and I've already wasted your life. While I'm doing this, actually, I'm like, there's a blood stain on here. I'm like, where am I bleeding from? I don't see any fresh blood. So I must have bled the last time I used it. Not this time. No, not this time, pal. Probably. I'm gonna hurt myself. It's gonna happen. So I've come to a conclusion. I'm actually gonna leave the burn marks up there while I finish this thing, because you know what? I kind of like the look. So that's that. Thank you for joining me. I'm all squirrely up in the beard there. But yeah, so that's the X. Bought this thing off eBay. Got it for like $5 plus a few bucks shipping. Made a handle for it, as we saw. And I just cleaned it up. Gave it a little sharpie edge. And then, wow, my hand is shaking like a mother right now. Sorry about that. My hands get shaky when I use them. I haven't got neck problems. Anyways, I'm gonna go throw some finish on this thing and take some final photos and call it a day. Thanks, guys.